Warning. This program may contain foul language and awful arithmetic. It should not be viewed by anyone who is triggered by first start 18 saw 90 with the opponent on the finish, or by anyone learning how to mentally calculate 11 plus 8 plus 26. City Elite Darts reminds you to please add and subtract responsibly. All right, apologies for the delay. If you're used to our very prompt, right on the hour, right on the quarter, whatever, right on the dot that we're accustomed to getting kicked off from, I had a wrong streaming key in my streaming software. You know how it goes. Anyway, continuing here with a Week 8 matchup between Shenandoah Slinger and DJ Mike Hughes, as I won't call it Judgment Week just yet, but we are getting pretty close here to these kind of final do or die matchups for the standings, for playoff contentions, for seedings in the playoffs here. So as we see, Shenandoah Slinger here, Kenny Johnson continuing to bounce back and forth between that 1 and 2 spot. Toaster here has gotten his Week 8 match in already and has jumped up to that number 1 spot here. And Hughes, meanwhile, just trying to play spoiler here in this match could prevent potentially the Slinger from taking that number 1 seed, and potentially could give someone else an opportunity over their next 2 matches to jump over the Slinger and potentially knock him down into the 3rd spot. I don't know if it's mathematically possible, but I would think it is with 3 players there with 8 points right on his heels. Let's take a look at what we can expect from these players here. So we see pretty comparable first nines. Kind of comparable averages, certainly both of those numbers favoring the Slinger, but not by a tremendous margin. Hughes has been throwing some great matches, has just been unfortunate to get matched up against players who are throwing absolute fire at the time. So we see just 1 win and 1 draw there, despite those pretty impressive numbers. Meanwhile, Slinger on that left side, 5 wins, 1 draw, and no losses yet so far. I say yet because anything can happen here in the Quarantine Premier League. The players have already corked. They're ready, and if they are indeed ready, then they can go ahead and shoot it well. Game on, guys.
Sounds good. Shoot him well, Slinger.
Shoot well, Mike.
And we are off. Hughes winning the bull and opening with a modest 45. A couple folks in the chat here early. Big Man Bearded, Will Tuttle. Good evening to you both. Big Man going for Kenny on early. No surprise there.
25.
So definitely no Slingers playing for
23.
that number 1 spot going into the finals. I don't think he necessarily cares as much about the seeding and who he would or wouldn't play with those seeding places. I think he just wants that 1 spot in the regular season for the pride. And good visit there from Hughes, making up for a paltry 25 with his previous. And 81 there would have been really helpful. That 3rd dart was not terribly off target, but off enough.
23.
So you might have noticed the Photal NFG banner, billboard, we'll call it, in the studio here.
45.
I switch that banner up every now and then, depending on well, either the last video I produced or just kind of what's top of my mind. It's been Junior League, it's been City League, it's been Be Math Aware. And now with this opening week of Fodal, it's Fodal NFG. And we'll see if that persists throughout the season. I'd imagine at least the sign will get replaced at some point soon. The mentality, however,
Oh my God.
possibly not.
$84.
Don't think I like that switch down to the 19s there. Leave 98. Stay on the 20s for 97, or just go down to 17s for 96. Or 18s for 97. I mean, yeah, 17s for a ton. 17s for the clean ton. Yeah, for 117 going down to the 19s. Yeah, we'll call that. We'll call that some bad math awareness. Leave that 98 there. But he'll have room at it. Kenny just kind of stumbling around with the scoring here early.
58.
18 for tops. 14 for tops. 14 is in. Tops is high. So a chance here for Slinger. I think that chance is gone now. I'll try to score a ton. Does not.
60.
But does put this 40 under a little bit of pressure here. Can Hughes use that marker? No, just finds that double one. Slinger, I think, looking for double 8 and pins it. Wow, both those darts finding just the corner of their intended targets. But the treble 20 and the treble 8 land nonetheless. I mean, treble 20 and double 8. I think I said treble 8, right? I don't know. Either way, Hughes gave that one away. Slinger with an opening break a throw here early in this best of 12 matchup. Players trying to get to 7 legs first for the outright win, or they can draw at 6 apiece. We called these long format. Though I guess the pros would call it just mid format, standard format.
41.
$29.
Good Lord.
Well, after getting through the door in that first leg, I thought that might have put some pep in Slinger's scoring here. That would have been wrong.
45.
However, Q's not finding some big numbers of his own, so
17.
as long as Kenny can continue putting in some mid-40s with the occasional 80 or so, and checking out 76 quickly, then he'll be in good shape this match.
Breakfast.
So in checkout range first there, Slinger. And even a maximum here would not do it for Q's, though I don't think it will be a max.
100.
Come on. $17.
$94.
Well, still just outside there despite putting in a good effort. And still not putting in consistent scoring here. So Hughes could be thinking, if I can set myself up here, I could get a chance. Can you set up a 132 at least with a 45? He can, he will. The odds makers would say he'll get a chance at it. Ooh, could it be tops though? One in. Oh, when he hits it, goes bang, bang. Never mind, the odds makers would be paying out right now. Can he go in 20, 40, 40 for the cool ton? Oh, absolutely beautiful. I've been talking about that single, double route recovery all season long on the cast. I'm sure Kenny's been hearing it. I'm sure he relished that opportunity. He might have even been glad that that treble 20 didn't go in just because he would have a crack at tops. Almost missed that second one, a little left, but found it in the end.
41.
Great stuff there to complete the break. Go up 2-0 early here, but it is just one break, so Hughes just goes hold and break here, then there's nothing left in the match. Will Tuttle in the chat saying there's that single 20, double 20 we've been talking about. Oh, indeed.
81.
Good third dart there from Hughes to recover that turn. So the power scoring just,
60.
when I'm looking down at these numbers, like the ton visits are there, but they're just being interrupted by so many 15s and 23s.
79.
That's despite the opening 29 darter, which really should have been like a 24 or 25 darter. Should have been a whole lot of things less than 29, but Mike Hughes refusing to get through the door on a number of times asking.
17.
Oof, almost was darn close to leaving himself a bogey there. Dangerously close around bogey territory on all three of those darts.
82.
And that's a punishing visit from the Slinger. Yeah, had 121 with the third dart. Went bullseye to try to set up something below 100, leave himself on a 2-dart out. Unfortunate to find himself in that single 2 to leave 119. But I do like the thinking there for sure.
42. Ain't going.
$31.
I think it's 18 for tops here with that first dart finding the single 19. I think it's double 20. It goes right in there. Quick 3-0 lead here for the Slinger. Guys, if whatever chime that is can get turned off, that's being super loud.
Yeah, that was my email. I'm sorry.
And I've only reminded the players about a dozen times to silence their stuff. I'll tell you, I don't know how many times I have to do it.
$100.
So here's some of that power scoring we've been waiting for. Some consistency.
100.
Some darts all around the treble 20 bed here. Perhaps these players feeding off each other. Oh well, it was short-lived.
Breakfast.
Yeah, maybe the excitement got a little bit too much there for Mike Hughes. Ooh, perhaps for Slinger as well.
40.
$100.
Wow, these players staying neck and neck here.
Come on.
My gosh, I can't believe I just realized this. I just looked down at the my broadcast booth here. Slinger here, the checkouts in his 3 legs, 76, ton, and 77.
45.
The 76, mind you, was in 2 darts. Went treble 20, treble 8.
Come on.
The ton was exhibition style, 20 tops tops. Or I don't know, maybe exhibition is 25, 25, 50. I wouldn't know.
60.
A good 60 there to leave the big fish, Mike Hughes. And then that 77, Slinger finding with that third critical dart in that double 20. Well, no big fish here for Hughes.
45.
Oh, yeah, I will say in the exhibition ton is bullseye, bullseye.
58.
Yeah, that is right. That would be the exhibition ton. None of the 25 stuff. Just fit 2 in the little red bit. Congra joining us, saying, "Hey, City League Darts. Hey, Congra. Good to see you as we are potentially halfway through this match here. Bullseye. Oh, becomes a 25 there for Slinger. Speaking of, 16 or 8 here. 16 for double thereof to get a leg on the board. Yikes.
52.
Ooh, 17 for 8 and is just, you know, I don't know. Maybe he missed 1 or 2 doubles that first leg. No, he didn't, because it was just the straight 76. Slinger is impeccable on it. Well, he missed the 50 there, so which is a shame to kind of count against him. But it's how the counting works, and you know how much we care about our counting here in City League, so we're going to count it. But anyway, the lone miss being that bullseye shot. Wow, this is some silly stuff here. A performance from Slinger, making a statement heading into the final week of the season. And I will have that schedule available for y'all at the conclusion of this match, so we can see how this is all scheduled to wind up here over the next 10 days or so. And there will be a playoff to determine the Premier League champion. So just like they do in the PDC, we will do a knockout tournament, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Winners playing each other for the championship and the title and the glory
45.
and the money. Just kidding, there is no money.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Slinger going double 3 here from 307.
Shit. 57, 63, 68.
Maybe that's a Virginia strategy that I'm not familiar with, as I did not play darts when I lived in Virginia.
81.
Would have done great to find one more treble 20 there,
Come on.
but 81 will certainly be good as well there for Mike Hughes.
39.
And will be afforded a layup here. Oh no! So he did well to go 18 to set up 167, but unfortunately found it low into that treble 4. So it will be Slinger first into range, but Hughes could apply a lot of pressure. Really wants a treble here to get below 100. Doesn't. The 156 is not going to go.
100.
But another fantastic setup from the Slinger. Good thinking again from Hughes on the 1-3-2 going for the bullseye.
24.
And then just getting awful misses there.
Wow.
Slinger missing that 16, finding the 9 for tops here,
Oh,
and misses a big double for the first time in the match. So Hughes from 108 with a chance. I would go 16s here. He doesn't, and now his turn is effectively over as 105 and 2 darts.
28.
Well, at least the way I count, you can't do. Then again, in some of these players' heads, might be doable.
second dart.
But that double 20 is doable, as we've seen a number of times. One more miss in there for his efforts, just to bring that checkout percentage back down to some sort of sense of modesty. But nothing modest about this scoreline yet.
39.
I'm still waiting for some slightly better legs. Usually Slinger will put in something around at least, or at most, 20 darts. If not better.
45.
Usually sneak in one of those super duper monster legs. Not so far this match, though.
59.
And again, with that checking out that Slinger's been doing, we see just pretty much no disparity whatsoever between his first 9 and his total average. Meanwhile, Hughes finding an early 40 for his efforts. A good power score in between both of them. Those 5 low tons through 5 legs. Nothing ton 40 or better, though.
41.
Oh, come on. 59.
So Hughes looking for a ton 40 to set up the big fish. Force himself to stay high.
Come on.
Could have been an argument to be made to go down to the 19s there with all that traffic around that 20 bed.
43.
But as it is, Hughes effectively retains the darts here. Could set himself up for a break of Kenny's throw. But visits of 41 are not going to make that any easier for him. And Slinger could turn this up at any point. You sort of let off a bit this leg. Not even a score of 60. His highest score is a couple of 59s. So Hughes with the chance here. Could start the comeback. Got to start at some point. Only has 2 legs to do it.
67.
It's got to start now if he wants to prevent Kenny from securing at least 1 point for this match.
52.
I don't like that at all.
Wow.
So going bullseye on 90, perhaps not realizing that the bullseye is a much smaller target than the treble 18. Still wants tops, though.
18.
So giving Kenny a chance here. The chance is not going to be taken, so Hughes will return
59.
for 3 more at double 20.
First start.
Good pick, DJ.
Thanks, man. Well, that was the first time that I was at a double that I didn't hear you say first, second, or third dart right after that. So
Yeah, I couldn't get going at like.
I'll take.
Yeah, for sure.
Concross saying, yay, no whitewash, as we hear Hughes lament the fact that every time he's been standing at the Aki waiting for a chance to double, he hears Slinger say, first dart, or third dart, second dart.
Oh, come on.
Which, believe me, as the person listening to the player saying that, it can be quite demoralizing indeed. And Hughes know he has an uphill battle here, but it is not beyond his reach. Ooh, yeah, Will reminding us that was a break as well. Not just a leg, a break. So Hughes here wants a hold to keep the momentum going.
$58. God. 31.
Well, there have been some flashes of
57.
3 to or kind of 6 to 9 darts from Kenny that have looked really good together, but then they're being separated
42.
by a lot of visits like that, 42s, 31s, 38s. So uncharacteristically inconsistent, I would say.
41.
And I'd say this is also not the same Mike Hughes that we've seen for a lot of the season as well. Even though the numbers say he's playing a bit above his average,
140.
I feel like a lot of that is just being boosted by Slinger's relentlessness on the doubles.
59.
Well, it's decent enough there to leave Shanghai after 7 visits. It was going to be 18-18.
I tried.
It was going to be.
44.
So there from 72, Slinger wanted 36-36 for another little exhibition finish. Would have loved to have seen it.
Huh. 63.
So that 63 will put a little bit of pressure on this 48. Tops.
Second dart.
And the guaranteed point there for Slinger, who will overtake Toaster now. As we see, this doesn't reflect the match in progress, but that guaranteed 1 point there, Slinger will have the 12 points on the board, and then we'll jump up over Toaster on that leg differential there. And so that will add some drama to this last week. So I think we have 2 more matches left for week 8. And then we've got our 4 week 9 matches getting scheduled. And then that'll take us to the live playoff night to be determined. So once we figure out who the 4 playoff finalists are, who the contenders will be, I'll coordinate with them. We'll figure out schedule when we all have kind of 2 hours or so, 2.5 hours. It'll probably be on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, but maybe it'll be an evening.
60.
Who knows? We'll see. We'll figure out a time and we will do it live.
39.
And between now and then, we'll also have some announcements on
Come on.
new seasons, leagues, perhaps some collaboration tournament series we're kicking around. So we'll be announcing that stuff here on the streams and on Twitter and on our website and on Facebook.
83.
I'll text my mom.
Wow. Haha, 27.
Forty-one.
God. 43.
Neither player doing much here. in this 8th leg. Could be the last leg.
60.
Could not be.
Wow.
I don't know, but we'll find out pretty soon.
81.
Oh, good move down to 19s there to try to leave 130. And then what do you get for your efforts? You get a treble 7.
58.
So pressure on this 128. As I think we all expect that 56 to go. It's just a matter of whether it will be the first dart at double 20 or whether that first dart at double 20 will be high. And if it'll be the second dart at double 20. We'll find out. It's the first dart at double 20 in the end.
Thanks, brother. Sorry
If you
about
had
the
first
fucking
start on your bingo cards,
email, man. I cut my phone
come on up
completely off. I didn't think my email was
and
working.
collect your winnings. Congratulations. To you, congratulations to Shenandoah Slinger for reclaiming that top spot here in this fall 2020 season of the Quarantine Premier League. Good performance there. I mean, not bad from either of those players. The high 60s from Slinger, I think those are almost dead on what we've seen from him throughout the season. And again, Mike Hughes, I think pretty similar to what we've seen from him as well, both as far as the power scoring and just overall averaging is concerned there. So again, and I think I'd say another unfortunate outcome for Mike Hughes, despite throwing some decent enough darts. Just a few opportunities for the doubling that were just missed, but the scoring, the consistency there enough. Just Slinger with that relentlessness, like I said, in getting over the line with that doubling. So here we now have that updated leaderboard. Kenny with those 13 points there and that plus 30 leg differential. But still Toaster with a chance as we go into this final week. And again, we've got more to play still. So here we've got upcoming season schedule. So we see the 2 final matches for week 8. Looks like they are scheduled for this Saturday, the 29th. And we've got 2 of our 4 week 9 matches already queued up. And then, of course, as soon as the other 2 are scheduled, those will be available on the website and on the YouTube channel as well. Cool. Well, I think that is all that I've got for y'all for this evening. Thanks as always for tuning in. And we'll be eager to be here with y'all next time as we round out this Quarantine Premier League season with, again, this crazy tight leaderboard. I mean, look at that. Just who's going to be in that 3-4 spot? Like, what's that going to look like going in here, right? The implications in all these matches, the final 6 matches of the season, are going to be wild. So buckle up, and we'll catch y'all next time. Cheers.